Welcome everybody, back out of here onto hole 2B. Can't begin to tell you how excited I am. The project is now complete. When you're coming past, playing the second hole, making your way over to the third, have a good look. You can see the finished result. And don't forget the benefit of this brand new 16 to 1700 square metre nursery. It's going to be a saving of over $75,000, giving us some self-sustainability and brand new turf species going forward, and giving you a beautiful hole to play in September when hole 1 is closed for the magnificent upgrade we've planned. You guys are going to get a hole comparable to the rest of the back 9 holes which are completed. Very exciting times ahead. But more importantly, saving valuable income, allowing us to run more resourcefully and getting better results going forward for you guys. We've got the grass in the ground and we've planted out with stolons. We take some turf, we put it through a shredder, we place it on the ground. It looks like chaff, or for you guys, probably a better way to describe it is the lawnmower clippings you get when you mow your lawn at home. We take those out, we prepare this ground, we push them into the ground, and within 3 to 4 weeks, as you can see now, they start to green up. The roots start to push into the ground, and within an 8 to 9 to 12 week period, we'll get pretty much closure on this facility. We'll start to cut it and effectively again have that 16 to 1700 square metres of green grade turf to draw from if we do need that in the future. I'd like to talk to everybody just a little bit more about the 2 green species that were planted out here on the nursery in the last month or so. Now the reason for it is going forward in September this year, which will include the first hole reconstruction, we're looking to change the green species on the greens. In other words, the putting surface. Currently, when the golf course was put together many years ago from the early 20s, 30s and 40s, they placed blue cooch. It was a Queensland blue cooch, it was a native, it was actually on the greens. Progressing from there, back in the 40s, 50s and 60s, they went through a process and changed out to a grass called 328. It was a cooch grass, developed as a hybrid in the United States, brought out to Australia, and Southport was one of the golf courses within the country that adapted it to its greens. It's got to the end of its run time. Basically, there's some issues within the 328 we're finding out of that 70-plus-year-old grass, and we're changing out to a species called Tiff Eagle. Tiff Eagle is going to give us some benefits in relation to firmness. The grass will be a lot finer, a lot tighter. We'll be able to manage it more effectively. The costs, percentage-wise, are quite significant in terms of maintenance. Playability, though, is the most important thing. It's going to be a better putting surface. And I guess the development behind the Tiff Eagle was trying to find a finer grass, something like it emulates the bent grasses, the cool grasses down in the southern states of Australia. But we're looking to get a cooch grass growth habit that can sustain the subtropics, our weather, like today, 36 degrees plus. This stuff's powering it, loves it. So now, going forward in 2023, September onwards, when we close hole 1, you guys are getting hole 2B. It's going to be up to standard to the rest of the back 9. Playability is going to be exactly the same, and it's going to give us an A-grade surface. This year, when the work on the first hole is completed around Christmas time or just before, it's going to give us a Tiff Eagle putting surface. You guys are going to get to see that on a daily basis, and you'll see the difference, a far superior quality of putting surface you guys are going to get. Just another magnificent advantage you're going to get out of the redevelopment of that first hole. The good thing is, going forward, in this nursery here on 2B, I've got a section of the nursery planted in that Tiff Eagle that will assist us then to continue on and change out all of the greens complexes on the golf course going forward from 328 to that Tiff Eagle turf grass, which will give us that better quality and improve and ensure that the golf course maintains that high standard going into the future. Really exciting and a big saving to the golf club in terms of maintenance and also for you guys. And don't forget Monday's information night, March the 20th here up at the golf club. We'll talk a lot more about that on the night too. So, big saving to the golf club going forward, upgrading the golf course. Hole 1's now due to be done after all the back 9. We've got hole 2B ready for you guys to draw upon and play. And it's going to be a really, really, really big improvement to the Southport Golf Club going forward.